We don't need him ruining our evening.
It's just wrong on so many levels.
How does all of that translate into me helping you?
What it is, man, you can tell me.
If you are not getting what you want, it is your fault.
I'm afraid this is just getting...
Absolutely not on Lucas and Brad getting back together. Brad is way too shady for that mess. And seriously, what's going on with the new Lucky? Huge no pay. I swear, I'm hoping the old actor comes back ASAP because this recast, not it. Speaking of not it, what happened to Scotty? How was he written off, and where's TJ? I read he left the show, but seriously, what's the deal with that? The writers have been terrible lately. Everything just goes in circles. It's like they're recycling stories, and it's honestly getting old. And with all these recasts, it's a mess. I don't even know who's who anymore. It's honestly so confusing, and it's starting to feel like a joke. If they keep this up, GH is going to lose so many fans, including me. It was my favorite for years, until now. So disappointing. I read somewhere that Lulu has information on Cyrus from years ago. Luke sent her some documents before he died, and now Cyrus is apparently hunting her down for them. The kicker? She doesn't even know she has it yet because, she's been in a coma for forever. And seriously, why is Cyrus showing up at her house? He's creepy, and if he's supposed to be all high and mighty with his lord thing, maybe he should stop killing people. Just a thought. It's really sad how everyone's against Lulu. She was in a coma for 4 years, people, cut her some slack. Yeah, she might not be the same Lulu, but at least she's trying. I'd love to see her and Dante get closer, maybe even get back together. And honestly, I'm just hoping Jason gets to Elizabeth's house before Cyrus seriously hurts or, God forbid, kills her. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Okay, so I'm still trying to figure out how to ask a question without going off on some random tangent. But seriously, what on earth are they planning to build on Pier 55 and 56? I can't even Google it if I don't know what I'm looking for. But is it like a giant mall or something? What else could it be? Honestly, I kind of wish Liz would just pull out a gun and take Cyrus out herself. Why is it always the guy who has to swoop in and save the day? Can a woman do the job for once? As for Brad and Lucas, I see them getting back together. They made a good couple, well, aside from the whole baby swap thing Brad pulled off, but we're trying not to remember that. I'd also see Dante and Lulu reuniting, just like they wanted before she ended up in the hospital in a coma. They were definitely flirting yesterday when Dante snatched that cupcake she specifically bought for Rocco. Subtle, guys. Also, Anna, she should have used Danny as her excuse for Jason not to kill Cyrus, not herself. She's just a friend. Danny is his son, and the only parent he has left now. I knew Elizabeth would end up being one of Cyrus' victims, but wow, didn't expect it to happen this soon. Though, knowing how these things go, I have a feeling Lucky and Aiden will pop up just in time to save her. Question is, will they get there before or after he injects her? Speaking of Aiden, I thought he might have asked Elizabeth if she wanted him and Tobias to stay behind, because, she might be worried about their safety as a gay couple. But no, instead, he's worried about leaving her alone with Lucky. Priorities, Aiden. And, of course, Lucky will come in to save Elizabeth just in the nick of time. But only after he forgets the damn cupcakes. And please, don't tell me Drufus is going to show up at the Savoy to ruin everything for Curtis and the entire party. I swear, the guy's like a walking disaster. If you could pick a character to kill off on GH, who would it be? Honestly, can we just all ignore the Drew or Willow scenes? They're as painful as they are pointless. I mean, I get it's a soap, but Drew is so infuriating, I can't even deal. And hey, if Willow moves in, at least it'll help Michael's custody case. Silver linings, right? Also, Elizabeth clearly missed the memo that when a murderer starts confessing, it's probably not a great idea to stick around as their therapist. Newsflash, Liz, not the time or place for a heart-to-heart. Okay, random thought here, but it's been bugging me for years. Back in the day when Claudia Zakura was still causing chaos, and Maxie and Spinelli were doing their cute nerdy thing for the first time, there was this Christmassy song I loved. I had it on my iPod before it tragically died. It goes something like, "Let it snow, fire up the furnace, and you'll know it's time to hang up all the mistletoe." And I swear it was called Snow. I've searched high and low for it, but no luck. Anyone else remember it? It was featured in a few Christmas episodes. Meanwhile, Mayor Laura Collins, Jenny Francis, is hit with some shocking news. I'm guessing it's about the Digitalis murderer's latest victim, Lucky, who's currently fighting for his life. But plot twist, she's going to have even more shocking news when she finds out the person who tried to kill her daughter, and now her son, is none other than her half-brother Cyrus. Classic soap twist, right? And if Drew's new house is the old Dawn of Day property, you just know this has to be linked to Shiloh in some way. His whole vibe is giving Shiloh light, and I'm just waiting for that bomb to drop. The Dawn of Day house, where Willow's chilling with Shiloh, and the writers expect us to believe Willow didn't recognize it. Really? Also, what's the deal with Cyrus taking Dex's hospital bracelet off? Seems suspicious, right? And Lulu. Wow, talk about rude. Can you just go back to sleep already? Oh, and FYI, Brooklyn's not having a kid with Chase the old-fashioned way. No chance. Not gonna happen. I really hope Lucky's alright. Fingers crossed he doesn't get wrapped up in all this next. Then there's Cyrus. Hearing him say that Sam died simply because she saved Lulu's life, just like that, makes it even more gut-wrenching. There were all these theories that he killed her to get her out of the way for Lulu and Dante, but nope. Turns out love wasn't the motive at all. Either he's delusional enough to think he's doing God's work, or he's even crazier than when he went to prison. Chase and Brooklyn's marriage, it's done for once the whole Geo thing comes out. Especially since Chase can't even father a child. And then to find out his best friend Dante can give Brooklyn the one thing Chase can't? Yeah, that's gonna be a tough pill to swallow. Oh, and Cyrus? He's gonna inject himself and force Liz to watch him die. How charming. Drew really should have known better than to show up at Curtis' business. So glad Curtis kicked him to the curb. And as for Cyrus killing Sam, oh, so now we know. He killed her to punish her for saving Lulu's life? Makes perfect sense, if you're a psychopath. Meanwhile, those two kids are left without their mom. Nice move, Cyrus. I'm really hoping Lucky comes back for his cake immediately, throwing a wrench in whatever scheme Cyrus had cooked up to hurt Elizabeth. It would completely mess up his plans and force him to rethink everything. Lucky takes off, heads back to his cabin, and just as he's about to catch his breath, Joss is there, ready to pull the trigger. But guess what? She's not alone. The people Brennan has trailing her take care of the situation before anything else can go down. Let's be clear here. Brennan isn't about to leave Joss unprotected. His endgame is Carly, so he'll make sure Joss stays safe. And honestly, I was hoping Johnathan Jackson would swoop in to save Elizabeth. But of course, he won't be back until after the 21st. Classic. Now, let's talk about Willow's car. Why on earth are the Quartermains still parking it in their garage when she doesn't even live there anymore? She made the decision to pack up and leave, taking her kids with her, but somehow forgot her car. Well, newsflash, if you leave your car behind, you don't get to use the Quartermain estate as your personal junkyard. It's not a free parking lot, Willow. And as for Jack Brennan's recast, I was totally freaking out at first, but I'll admit, the new Joey from Ala TL is actually doing a pretty solid job. Sure, he doesn't have the accent, but he's totally capturing Brennan's personality and mannerisms. So props to him for pulling it off. What do you guys think? Oh, and let's talk about Elizabeth and Lucky's first kiss. It should have been with Johnathan Jackson. A temporary cast just doesn't cut it. Okay, here comes the part where I sound like a total hater, and I'm sorry, but that kiss scene with Lucky and Elizabeth, total letdown. It just didn't hit the way it was supposed to. I can't wait until Johnathan Jackson comes back. It's starting to feel like GH has developed this annoying habit of filming pivotal scenes with temporary casts. They did it when Michael found out about Drew and Willow, and now they're doing it again with Liz and Lucky. I get it, sometimes filming schedules don't line up, but come on. Can't they just hold off on these big moments until the original actor is available? It's only a couple episodes after all. That kiss? It would have had so much more impact with Johnathan Jackson. The writers really must be joking, right? Like, seriously, can they let Dante have a moment to grieve before shoving him and Lulu together? I mean, come on. Just, shakes head. And what's up with them? I get that not everyone's a Liz and Lucky fan, but for those of us who actually watched their love story from when they were teens, we've been waiting for that first kiss for ages, and they go and do it with a stand-in. Really? Now, let's talk about Cyrus. So he gets shot by Joss, and somehow Jason gets blamed, please. And then Joss has the nerve to act all high and mighty about Sonny's business. Talk about a hypocrite. Okay, now I've got a question that's been eating at me. I know I'm probably gonna get some disrespectful replies, but whatever, I'm asking anyway. Am I the only one who's noticing some low-key racist comments around here, or are people just being blatant about it? I had to do some editing after realizing what I was seeing. Thanks to the people who pointed it out. And speaking of questionable decisions, who approved this budget version of Lucky? Where did they dig up this replacement? Seriously. Also, what's with Mac inserting himself into Sasha's life, like he's some sort of authority on her decisions? He barely knows the woman. And let's be real, everyone's just trying to celebrate the day of love in their own way. But honestly, all I want is for the writers to bring Lucky and Elizabeth back together. And can we please reunite Lulu and Dante? I'm holding out hope that Lucky will swoop back in, rescue Elizabeth from Cyrus, and bring some justice. But if either Joss or Elizabeth gets hurt by Cyrus, Jason's not going to be able to keep his promise to Anna about taking Cyrus down. What is wrong with Anna? She's over here talking about how she can feel they're getting closer to finding the killer. Really? That's the best we've got? And then she's shooting down every single thing Elizabeth presents, calling them suppositions. Maybe actually trying to build a case would help, instead of just shrugging everything off. It's seriously maddening. And the handcuffs, Anna. What's the deal with that? She's sitting there, prattling on about how much trust she and Jason have, yet she keeps him cuffed the whole time. Oh, right, because she knows she's about to let him go, because there's literally no reason to keep him. Brilliant move, Anna. Also, what's up with Sasha suddenly hating on the Quartermains? Wasn't she all buddy-buddy with them not too long ago? Sure, Tracy's a mess, but who else is doing the terrible things Sasha's accusing them of? It's giving me major déjà vu from the 90s when everyone was trashing the Qs during the Michael situation. Why does the family get painted as this villainous group? Meanwhile, Sonny's been keeping Avery from Ova, but somehow he's not seen as manipulative or terrible. What's with the double standard? I get that Tracy's been a lot lately, but she's just one person. If the Qs are so awful, why is Sasha still working for them? It's the same reason Carly didn't want Michael raised by the Qs. It's a little exaggerated, but honestly, it all comes down to Edward running the family with an iron fist, while Alan and Monica were a total disaster with their kids. There was non-stop drama between Jason and AJ growing up. But now, it's even dumber. All those people are gone. Tracy doesn't care about anyone else's kids, Monica's sick, Edward's dead, and the Quartermains are down to Tracy, Ned, and Olivia as the heads. But seriously, running to hire hitmen over family drama? That's just next-level stupid. Honestly, at this point, it's mind-blowing how Cyrus hasn't been caught yet. I mean, so many people are onto him, trying to stop him, and yet no one's had the brilliant idea of faking an illness or injury, getting themselves admitted to the hospital, and then hiding in a room or setting up cameras to catch him in the act. Groundbreaking, right? Think about it. Medical professionals who know what he's up to, desperate to prove his guilt, and you're telling me none of them could orchestrate a little hospital stay under false pretenses. That's easy, right? And here's the kicker. He's literally killing people with a drug that can be stopped if you administer the right medication in time. So yeah, if he injects Sunny, or anyone, really, there's a chance to save them, especially since, surprise, the drug actually has a purpose: to help, not kill, when used correctly. So let's say Sunny starts having a heart episode in the middle of a confrontation with Cyrus. Cyrus, thinking he's doing his usual damage, injects Sunny with the drug, but surprise, it's actually going to help him. Or maybe Sunny ends up in the hospital, and Cyrus injects him there, still thinking he's doing his thing, when in reality, the drug is designed to help in situations just like this. Oops. On top of all that, if you wanted to throw a wrench in Cyrus's plans, how about not properly hooking up the IV? That way, when he injects the drug into the line, it doesn't actually get into the patient's body. So now he thinks he's doing his thing, but it's all for nothing. Brilliant, right? Someone please get a camera and capture this genius in action. It's almost like it's too easy. Oh, I'm sure this opinion will go over like a lead balloon, but here it is, my totally unpopular take. So it seems like they're trying to put Brad and Lucas back together. Can't say I'm totally against it. Sure, Brad made some colossal mistakes. Shocking, I know. But that's in the past, right? We've all done some cringeworthy things, so let's just move on, shall we? And yes, Brad blackmailed Portia after she tampered with Heather's test results. And of course, Brad just had to keep that little nugget of drama tucked away. So scandalous, right? But hey, this is a soap opera where dead characters miraculously return and couples break up and get back together like it's no big deal. Anyway, I'm here for Brad and Lucas reuniting. Eventually, because why not, right? Let's bring them back together. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.